Stephanie and Philip from Home Base Essentials, and Deborah, and what's Mom's name again? I forget. Ellen. I wanted to say Elaine, and I was like, I know it's not Elaine, but it is an E name. So
everybody calls her Mom anyway. So.
Okay. Deborah, and Mom are with us from Painting and Vine. We are talking about Art Country Central. We have gone in on a joint venture where Deborah is helping us all to learn how to paint. If we need something to help get us started, a niche to work in until we figure out exactly what our artistic niche is. But Philip and I are working on some of the marketing, the technical behind the scenes type stuff that you got to know to build a business, to grow a business, to have it be successful. Philip has posted in the links. If you'll send me that on StreamYard, I'll get it on my profile for us. Philip has posted for us the Art Country Central Passport link on our YouTube channel, where I'm fixing to be adding it on my profile page so that anybody who's interested can join us in Art Country and take advantage of the amazing deal that you're getting as a founding member with our group. One thing you need to keep in mind is this is a limited time opening. We've only got 50 seats, and then we close the door. And if we're not at 50 by Saturday, we're closing the doors anyway. So we're either going to have 50 in or whoever's in by Saturday. And we would love to have you with us, but there's only so many seats available. We're starting our lemon challenge today, Lemon Lane. Is that on the same page where they buy the passport, Philip?
No, actually, the link that I put in there and I sent you is for the challenge.
Oh, okay.
I'll get the passport access in just a minute.
Oh, okay. Deborah's showing you the Lemon Lane challenge. We're going to have some different prizes at the end of the week. You have to be registered for the challenge for you to be able to win one of the prizes. Now, I would hate for you to miss out winning a prize. So y'all register to join us. Isn't that just adorable? I can't wait to learn it. Deborah's going to start working on teaching us that today.
Just a minute.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I was like, nobody's lips are moving. Am I delayed somehow? I'm like, okay.
I was opening up one of the Facebook profiles since we're not able to see the comments, and it was kind of backfeeding the audio a little bit. So,
all right.
My bad.
That's okay. I was just thinking I'm losing my mind because y'all got really good at ventriloquism.
All right. On Steph, on your page, I've got it in the comments.
Yes.
And I'm fixing to go put it on her page right quick.
Okay.
So go ahead and talk about what are going to be the prizes.
Okay, so our prizes in this are going to be for the most creative use of this project, of this painting. You can do it on a canvas and just put your lovely little lemon tree together, or you could do like a door hanger, because I was playing with it earlier this week when we were starting, and I did a little door hanger here with the start, or at least a piece of it, because it was much bigger than my door hanger space was. So you guys can do what are y'all going to do it on? What are y'all going to paint it on? Most creative background and the most creative use. I mean, do it your way. Show us what your version of it would be. How is it going to look? How are you going to do it and make it yours? How are you going to own it? I'm laughing, Deborah, because I was looking at that up close, and it looks to me like I got jalapenos and lemons hanging in the same tree, because my leaves do not look like leaves to me.
We'll add to it.
Yes. At some point, I'm going to figure out these leaves while we're doing this, and I'm going to be like, okay.
Yeah, leaves and trees. Everybody thinks they're easy. They're not. I mean, once you get it, you get it. But
yeah.
Ask my students. I got students that'll come when there's trees just so they can come show off because it took them a while to get there.
They learned it. Now they're.
Yeah, now I want to come show what I can do. But so
So
yeah,
we're gonna have like,
go ahead.
so we're gonna have like a first prize and a second prize for most creative background or media, canvas, walls, wood, any form of. Are you gonna make a palette? Are you gonna make a skinny palette, a big palette? You're gonna do it really big and put something else on there. I added words to mine where it's a door hanger. How are you going to use it? What are you going to do with it? Kind of a thing. And then the background is one, and then most creative use of the design. What are you going to do with it? I've seen people in some of these paint challenges painting on fingernails and painting on rocks. And I'm like, there ain't no way that I could possibly ever get a flamingo. Like, no. You got some serious talent. It's all I'm gonna say. So
I don't have enough fingernail.
I don't either. I keep trying, but I don't. No. And I've seen some on rocks, but I've seen some pretty big too. So it's going to be interesting to see who joins us and who's going to. I think on all of the profiles and all of the posts, we have the Lemon Lane Challenge link. Now,
Yes.
Philip, on my.
We've got the link on all three, both of y'all's profiles and on the YouTube for Art Country Central. Here's the key. That link is to register for our list. You've got to be on our list to be able to qualify for the challenge. So be sure that you click that link, get on our list. That list will also have the download for the tracer. You'll have the reference photo there with it. And if you're really, really, really nice, we might even give you a tutorial video. I'm just saying.
Oh, maybe. Okay, so what we did do, though, is we decided that we've got a couple of bigger prizes and a couple of smaller prizes, but we're going to save those for when we reveal on Saturday with our final wrap-up and getting ready to close the doors. Now, do they have to be on our list, or can they be in Art Country?
Well, if they're in Art Country, they're on our list.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, because it's like I don't want them to have to sign up to get it, don't they? Or do they have access in the group?
No, they've got access in the group. When you're in the group, if you'll look at the challenge channel, I think is what I named that particular group or that particular set of instructions. If you'll look in the challenge channel, you'll find all the paintings that we're going to offer as challenges will be there so that all of the Art Country members will have access to them.
Okay, so if you're in Art Country, you don't have to sign up on that list. You just go log in at artcountrycentral.com and go to your passport and go in through there, and you'll find the challenge channel there, and you can just get your tracer and stuff there. But if you're not signed up with us and you're not a member yet, then the opportunity is going to be for you to go sign up for our list and join us there. All right, I'm done talking.
If you take the challenge, you can use it in your businesses.
Yes, we are letting you, if you sign up, this is a free challenge. So this is like getting a free taste of Class with Deb, and an opportunity to take one of her paintings and go paint it at your own, on your page, at your brick and mortar and all that good stuff. So you've got access to this, and she's going to teach us how.
Yes. And if for those of you that are joining us and go, what are those people doing? So if you've come through it on my site, most of you know what I do. I have a brick and mortar painting and vine and mobile parties. And then because of COVID, I had to pivot. And so I decided to go through this membership program, which cost me lots of money. And I did learn a lot, but I had no tech experience. And I was, mom and I was crying. Nobody could live with me. I was not very good to live with at that time because I was trying to learn it and it just wasn't coming. And that's when I heard about Stephanie and Philip, Home Base Essentials. So I joined their group, and I'm learning. And we decided at that point, after we were together for quite a while, and then light bulb moment. Hey, you need an artist. You want to do this? If you're going to teach it, let's teach it to a group. So, which is what I wanted to do from the beginning, but without any tech, I was just spinning my wheels. And those of you that are watching my page and paint with me can see how it all changed. It became more professional. All the stuff started happening the way I wanted to do. And that was due to these two fine people from Marshall, Texas. And so together we collaborated and got Art Country Central. And I have over 700 paintings in my gallery that they're not all on my website yet. That's going to do it. But those are available to you if you take our online classes. And if you take my online classes through me, it's more expensive than if you join our group and have them at your disposal anytime you want. Also, if you are when you're in the group, for those of you that want to do a painting a party business, you're going to learn how to do a painting party business. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's why you could join the group. You could join the group because you have any kind of art, jewelry maker, stained glass. You make bread. You teach. You teach anything. Anything you can do online. You'll learn the protocols and the platforms and how to do that with step-by-step instructions from within Art Country Central.
Yep.
We have people signed up, and it's exciting because it's a growing thing. It's going to grow and grow, and so what we want is to get those founding members to get that really great deal.
That's it.
After the doors close, you can join, but it's going to cost more money.
Yep, because the founding member access that's this week only, y'all. And whenever that founding member access is gone, we've got one of those wholesale outlet stores here in town, and those surplus outlet stores. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Ollie's, but when you walk in this store, they've got the audio playing all the time. You better get the deals while they're here, because when they're gone, they're gone. And that's the way our founding member access is, y'all. You better get them while you can, because when it's gone, it's gone. And it's going to be quite a bit different. The value for Art Country is going to increase immeasurably over the next 6 months. Deborah's got a lot of paintings that she's already planning and working on now, and we're going to be working diligently to stay ahead of the trend curves so that you're ready to get stuff out for your clients and customers to be a part of. So yeah, every bit of that's just incredible. And we'll show you here in a little bit. We'll kind of walk through the website a little bit just to show you what's there and know what to access.
And even if you already have a paint party business and you're not just starting from square one, I know my problem when I first started. Mom and I started it together. She lived here when I started it, and we'd have nobody show up. And then we'd have 2 and 3, and pretty soon we were 4 or 5 days full classes. But it took a little bit to get it going. But one of the hard things to do was to figure out what painting I'm going to do next. Oh my God, what am I going to do? So when you have a library access to you, you just got to take that. If you know how to paint, just, get the tracer and go. If you don't know exactly how to paint it, watch the tutorial and then teach it. And yesterday we had a guest on, Crystal, that has been doing my classes with me and teaching them. And I think she had 7 or 8 classes or 20 people in them just using my paintings. And she says she has another job. So it's easy. It was easy for her. It's just a no-brainer. I watch the video, I get the tracer, I do the painting, I post it, and she goes. So now she's a member in our Art Country Central, where she's going to learn how to promote herself more and use the platforms to which lead generation pages and all that jargon that Philip and Stephanie will tell you about.
Yeah, actually, we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. There was a question that came up on one of our videos earlier today, and I tell you what, it is surprising. Hey, Patty, good to see you tuning in. It is surprising to me to see when folks that you've never talked to before begin asking questions. That's when it becomes, I guess, when the reality of it kind of sinks in. And we had somebody ask a question today. It's like, I don't know who this is, and I think that's really cool. When people start asking questions. So anytime you guys have questions, feel free, fire them off. If we don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know, but I'll also go research it and find the answer for it. And I bring that up because what's really cool is this particular question that came up today introduced a platform to us that we had never heard of. And we're going to start looking at it and seeing what we can't do, what might not be available to put together as another option for people to use for email marketing. And I think those, the more information you can get on that, the more options that are available. I think that's great. And the question that came up was about landing pages. So here in just a minute, we're going to visit about that a little bit. Steph,
Okay,
it looks like you're getting geared up to stand up.
Well, I'm getting geared up to try this with the easel. We're just going to see if I can do it.
So shall I get us started a little bit here?
Go for it.
Okay. So if you have your pattern on, it's mostly just leaves, right? And when it comes to leaves, they go in all different directions. Even though if the tree's growing all this way, the one behind it might be lower, which looks like it's growing the other way, right? So you just want to make sure that you get your leaves going in all different kinds of directions. So we're going to just do one leaf patch for you to see up close, and then we'll go to the lemons, and then we'll go back to the leaves. So right in here with the you have your lead lemon, I guess, right here at the edge, and then the second one will come right in here, and I'm just going to use a flat brush. You're welcome to use whatever brush is comfortable for you, but I just put the brush down and twist it. Oh, I got a little too much water. Let me put that on. So I just put, and then I'm going to put the next one. I'll just put the next one right over it, and then I'm just going to go in different directions, and I'll just walk it around the board. Don't worry about how it looks, and let me show you why. Because at the very end, like right here, I'll put a leaf in. It's about those top leaves. It's about what that very top leaf looks like. That's the one that'll stand out to them. And that pushed all those leaves below. So we're going to get those leaves on, paint the lemons, and then the last thing we'll do is we'll go back and put the leaf that you see on the top. Does that make sense? Philip's like, I don't know. Okay. So I just hold my brush and I turn it, and then I come back up on my chiseled edge. Now, if that's tough for you, you can use this. You can use a 1/2 inch flat. Do one side of the leaf and then the other side of the leaf. So I'll put one leaf here, one side of the leaf, and then the other side. I'll let them meet, but then I'll just start stacking them. I used a light green here and accidentally grabbed the deep, but now I'll go in with a darker leaf right on top, and then they just start going. And don't worry about your lemons. We can always paint over the lemons. So as this dries, we'll paint the lemons, and then we'll do the leaves. We'll let the leaves dry, and we'll just keep building them up. So to do the lemon, what do you think about that, Steph? Tell me when I'm going too fast.
I think we're going good.
Okay. So we're going to go in with a deep yellow, and we're just going to base coat. I'm just going to pick a lemon. I'll pick this lemon right here. So I am just base coating it with a deep yellow. In my business, I buy in bulk. So I buy gallons, and I only use primary colors so that you mix your color. So this is just deep yellow painted, and then I'm going to touch into burnt sienna, and it's just barely on the corner of my brush. I hardly have any paint on here, and I'm going to go to the underside of that lemon, and I'm just going to paint a little bit of that. I know it looks dark. We're not going to leave it that dark, but I'm just going to blend that in with that wet paint, wet on wet. Now you could use a burnt umber, but that would have kind of made the fruit look a little dead. But the burnt sienna gives it life. See how it looks a little fresher with that red tone. Then I'm just going to clean my brush off. I don't have to put it in the water. If I have a paper towel, I can just wipe that burnt sienna off because I didn't use very much of it at all. Now I'm going to go in with a bright yellow, which is just a lighter yellow. And I can, if it's not light enough, you can add a little bit of white to it. If there's not a big contrast in your paint. And then I'm just going to add that light yellow to this side. Just kind of, and I'm using that stroke, that round stroke, and going right over that dark just to that stroke will make it look like it's rounded. And that's the first lemon done. We'll do a nice light coat over the burnt sienna and just a little bit to tone it down, but it has to dry a little bit first. We'll just move on to the next one, and I'll refresh your memory. So go
Which
into
size brush did you use for the burnt sienna one? Your 1 inch or your 3/4 inch or half
my
inch?
½ inch. So when I'm doing the lemons right now, I'm just using the ½ inch flat.
All right.
So I'll base coat the I'll base coat it. I'll do the one right underneath it. Base coat it with the deep yellow. Now don't go to sleep, Philip, because my mom will watch me teach paint, and I'll look over, she's sleeping because it's so relaxing. You know, it's very therapeutic to paint and to watch. You know, if you can't sleep, watch somebody paint. You go to sleep. Okay, so
You give a new meaning to watching paint dry on the walls.
yeah, exactly. And when you add that just that tip of burnt sienna, if you're having trouble and you think it's too much, then offload and just smash the brush down, and it'll push it into, just like you do with the one stroke step. And if in the group, I'm sure they'll learn that, which it kind of pushes that paint in and blends it into the brush. And then you just come and add it to the underside, and see that kind of toned it down because I offloaded it. But I'm gonna put a little bit more on so you can see. Oh. And then I'll dry my brush, add a little light yellow, which is I use a bright yellow and white. And then we'll just do that stroke. It's just that now this is dry almost, so I can come back with this light. And as you layer, and we're going to even get it lighter, because acrylics love to be layered. And I could go into every painting I have and just keep painting. So that's how we'll do the lemons. We'll do one more, and then Philip can tell us a little bit more about what's going on, and that way you'll be on your way. And if you have any questions, even if you're watching the replay, go ahead and post them, and we'll answer them when they come in. So I'm going to put that deep yellow, so we're working with a medium, a deep, a medium, and a light color. Put that one in. And Stephanie has a different technique. Are you using a different technique, Steph?
No, not really. I did start doing a little bit of the one stroke, putting my light and medium on my leaves at first, and then I would do some that were just light and some that were just the medium, just kind of mixing them for now.
That's
That adds to the shading, and that adds to the variation there.
It does. That's a great idea. So I have my medium, and I put my little bit of burnt sienna on there, that bottom part. And now I'm going to go back into my light and highlight. It's pretty quick painting, really. The work goes in when with all the leaves. There's a lot of leaves. And so I have this light on my brush, and I'm going to come up here and see if I can make that a little lighter yet. Yep, and it's taken. You got to watch out if it's not dry enough, it'll just blend and you won't get that contrast. So to tone down this one that I have so red, I'll just take, because it's dry, I can take a little bit of that yellow. I don't want to take it totally away, but just a light little coat tones it down to just what you need.
Yeah.
And then you can go into just almost a pure white. You don't want to use almost a pure white. And add that little bit of shine on the edge. And make sure you're using that rounded stroke. And that's done.
Oh, wow.
I hear music. Oh,
How about
good. I
that?
can see yours real good now.
We need to get you a little bit more light in there, Steph.
Well,
Yes, you
I
can do
think I may just have to go back to my desk for today. I'm just trying to see if I can do this on the easel, because I really haven't done it a lot on the easel, and I'd like to learn it that way. But, you know, most of us are used to writing facing down at the desk, and I thought it might be easier to get all of the area in this way. But
yeah, for 6 years I taught standing up, and one day I'm like, this is my business. I can sit down. So I got a bar stool because I thought it was rude to sit down, but I got a bar stool and I started sitting down. That was hard to do. And then teaching at home, I've learned to sit down, but I still have to have an easel.
I think Steph's gonna move her camera around. All right, Deborah, I've seen in a couple of your videos that you wet the canvas down.
I do.
Do you do that on every painting?
No, not in this case, but like we're going to do like on this one, I would wet the whole canvas down.
Now, what does that do as to why you would do it on some but not others?
Because I get to do a whole background on here, and it thins the paint down. You don't want to thin it down too much, because when acrylic's dry, it's like a honeycomb surface tension. So you don't want to thin it down too much, but you save on paint. It goes a little quicker. If the student's having trouble, it's not drying too quick on them. They're not putting too thick of paint on, where you have to wait for this one person because they just globbed it on to blow dry and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it makes it smoother. It makes it so much smoother, and it is it's more cost efficient too.
So that's just really a technique that you would use, like you say, when you're going to cover the whole thing with a background.
Yes.
Okay.
But like this, just doing strokes, no background. No.
Hey, what is that bicycle I see over your left? I think it's your right shoulder, maybe, or left shoulder. I can't tell.
Yeah, I got a bicycle.
Is that a big wheel?
It's turned sideways.
Okay. That's okay. I thought for a second there maybe that was one of those old big wheel bikes.
No, it's just turned sideways. Most of the bikes you see are side to side. I mean, bicycles were so big a couple of years ago, and I have several bicycles. I haven't taught them online yet. I haven't got them in our group yet, but I will.
Yeah, it's nice to see original work like that.
Yeah, you try. You know, there's a lot of good ideas out there floating around, and you gotta learn how to make them your own, and go with the flow. You know, I saw lemons everywhere I went was lemons. I'm like, I gotta do lemon. Gotta do a lemon.
Yeah.
And I remember one time Mom having lemons and painting lemons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mom used to paint years ago, oil paints, tool painting. And I remember her lemons. And I have lemons right here too. It's just it's a sign.
Oh, I
So
like
you might
that
can see
too.
up close how they're done. There's the,
Yep.
the light
All the
and
shading.
the dark, you know, to get all that. Just simple, but I love painting on wood. It's like that's how I started. I'd much rather paint on wood than anything.
Lemon tree.
And then I have one in here. Where is it? Right here is the round one. Now I put a leaf there. I didn't see my pattern, but I'm just going to go over that leaf with the yellow. It actually wasn't dry, so it'll dry enough to cover. But I try to make it pretty simple, and you know the thing is with painting is you just got to practice. It's just a practice thing.
Yeah.
If you have the desire to do it, and if right now I'm like, if you got kids that want to learn, I have kids that paint with me, and I just love getting those pictures.
Isn't it fun to see how accomplished they look like they feel?
Yeah, and they're fearless, those kids. They just sit down. You know, adults will come in and be so worried about what their painting's going to look like, and you have to let them know right away. You got to let that go, and you just got to enjoy the journey, or you're not going to have a good time. You can't paint like your neighbor. You're going to paint like you, and I promise when you leave, you'll be happy with what you've got. So I make them take a big deep breath, and just let go of everything that's in your day, and have fun with it. And it always works out, don't it, Ma?
Yep. It does.
And if you have your own studio, I've got a couple, 3 people that paint for me. They're all in college, so they're busy going to college, and they're learning. You know, they're into art, and it's learning to teach and paint, and you know, it's pretty exciting to watch what they do.
You know, as y'all are tuning in and catching what we've got going on tonight, be sure and tell us hello and tell us where you're watching from. We always like to see what kind of reach we're getting. I mean, we had somebody from the UK the other night. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
England?
Wherever UK is.
United Kingdom?
I love it.
Yep.
I don't get out much.
Nope.
Nope, I see there here yet.
Yeah.
I think
I just know it's a long way from
Okay,
here.
I'm not ever asking another question.
Uh-oh. She's
Oh, don't worry
joking.
about it. He gives me a hard time all the time. I think Mel is actually from Australia, and I think that's part of the UK, but I could be wrong.
Hey, there's Jeannie. How are you?
Or where, but I could be wrong on where she was from. Hey,
I don't know.
Jean. You don't know if what?
I think these lemons just look so good just on by themselves, just sitting on a white canvas. It's so fresh looking.
Oh yeah.
They do look pretty fresh.
So I base coated all mine, and now I'm going back with kind of that one stroke method is exactly what I'm doing. Blending that burnt sienna in that one side and just laying that paint down in there.
We're doing good, Jeannie. I'm just sitting here watching these ladies painting these lemon bushes thinking, wow, that is just incredible to watch.
Jeannie, are you going to join it? You said makes me want a lemon meringue pie. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Oh,
Oh Lord.
quick reminder for those of you that are tuning in, this is the start of our lemon branch challenge for this week. Steph and Deborah are doing the painting to show you how it looks, and Deborah's walking everybody through it tonight. If there is a comment pinned on Deborah's page, there's a comment pinned on Stephanie's page, and there's a comment on the Art Country YouTube channel, if that's where you happen to be catching us. That is a sign up list for our email list. And for this challenge, we're going to be picking the winners off of that sign up list. So if you want to take part in this challenge, then be sure and get on that list. If you are an Art Country member already, you're already on the list, so you don't have to sign up again. But if you want to take part in the challenge with us, and I think sometime Saturday evening, we'll be doing our last live for our launch week. And as we are doing that live, we're going to be picking the winners. I think I heard something about Starbucks floating around here somewhere.
Starbucks and a couple of paint classes if you're not in Art Country Central.
That's right. So, if you want to take part in that challenge, then now's your opportunity. That sign up registration link that's pinned to the comments, when you guys sign up for our email list, it will give you the link to be able to download the tracer for this, to be able to download the reference photo. And if you're really nice, there might be a tutorial video there for you to watch too. So just take get registered for that so that we can have you as a part of the challenge with us.
But only if they're nice will they get the video. Is that what you're saying?
Only if you're nice.
And if you take the challenge, you can use this in your brick and mortars. And in any of my classes that you take, whether it's with me or within Art Country Central, you can use them in your brick and mortars. But you're going to get a much better deal if you join Art Country Central.
I don't see Art Country Central on Facebook. That is a group. Philip, would you explain to me?
Yes, Art Country Central is only going to be a group. We did not do a page for Art Country. We connected it to Painting and Vine, Home Base Essentials, and Escape and Paint. You'll be able to see it there. The only thing we're doing with Art Country Central on Facebook is our private members group, our members only group. We're going to be doing on Facebook. Eventually, somewhere down the road, we'll have a free group available, but we've still got some ground to cover before we can get to that point.
See, Debbie.
So I have, so Mama's showing me, she's going to see the comments. So I've got all my lemons pretty well done, right? Keeping it simple. I might go over them again to put more color on, but right now I need to put that stem in, the branch in. So I'm just going to go into burnt umber, and I didn't draw my branches, so I'll just freehand a branch in. So you just use your pattern, but you're just going to make, when you first go in and paint it, there's a dark line, and then as the paint comes off, you get a light line, which already starts looking like wood. So you want to use that dark and light playing off the bark look. So I go on my chisel edge, and I just add some lines in, and we'll put a branch this way here. And so whenever I go in and get a heavier coat of the burnt umber, it comes on darker. And you won't see them. You could put a branch in here. We're going to have so many leaves. You can always put them in later. But it's okay if you feel like, I want a branch coming here, or if you feel like it looks good there, you can just put them in, and the eye will think that they're attached after you get all those branches on. But you can touch into a deep blue or a black, either one, just not too much black, and to add some of that shadowing underneath, and like in the bark, you know, that the weave in the bark will get darker. So just some lines in there. You don't have to overpaint that either, just a little bit. If you use too much black, it's going to go gray. And it's okay to have a gray, you know, work with the gray with black limbs, because trees are like that too. So either way, it works. Just know if you use too much black, it'll probably gray down.
It was burnt umber and what originally for your initial strokes?
Just burnt umber, and it's just the variation and the piling up of the burnt umber. So when you first put it on there, your first stroke is dark. The second one underneath, or the top, when you go on the top, it'll be lighter. Yeah. So it's just a buildup of burnt umber.
Piling up of.
All right. Well, we've got a second. I'm going to jump in here and kind of share a little bit of information from the tech side. And Deborah, if you got something you need to say, you know, to let folks know where you're at or what to do, just wave at me or something so I'll know and I won't just keep talking over you.
Okay.
But I did want to kind of come to the, you know, look at some of the tech side of info while we've got an opportunity. And that's what's really cool with us doing this together. I can talk about the tech side. I can talk about the marketing side while Deborah's walking you through a painting, while Steph's walking you through a project or whatever. And then that, you know, it's cool because it keeps the project from getting interrupted. So I think that's going to be a plus for what we've got going on here as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. But one thing that I did want to look at, we were asked earlier today about landing pages. For those of you who saw the video series that we put out leading up to our launch, Steph and I did some pretty extensive teaching on landing pages, on lead generation, building your list, how to begin communicating with that list, how to segment that list into different parts and portions and partitions so that you can send the right information to the right people. That was some of the things that we shared on that video series. Well, I got a question off of one of those videos today of what is a landing page. And, you know, that's what I love about questions. Sometimes, you know, when you understand information, you don't realize that others don't. So when somebody will say, hey, I don't understand what this means, that's when the realization for me kicks in of, hey, man, explain this so folks can understand what you're talking about. And that's what I want to do really quickly. And the question was, what is a landing page? Well, let's talk about that for a minute. If you think about the name landing, well, that's what it is. That's where you are landing. This is an internet page, a website page where you have landed by clicking a link, clicking a URL, going to a website. Most of the time, home pages on websites are what's considered a landing page. Some other terms for this are a squeeze page or a single property page. You may even hear it called a static page or a destination page. Okay. In marketing, a landing page, now, technically, a landing page is really any page on a website that you come to. It has a URL for that specific page. If you click on a link that has that URL, it's going to take you to that page. That's where you land. So you have clicked the link, you followed that link, and that page landed you. That link landed you on this specific page. Now, in reference to marketing, a landing page is a little bit more focused down. Specifically, a landing page is going to deal with how you are marketing. In other words, a lead generation page has a URL. You can put that URL, you can link that to a button, to a picture, to a video, whatever the case may be, so that when somebody clicks on it, it takes you to that lead generation and you land on that lead generating page. So that in a nutshell is what a landing page is, and how it works and benefits for a lead generation. You'll hear me a lot of times, I'll call them a squeeze page. Well, a squeeze page, when you go, you know how when you go to somebody's website, before you leave that website, or maybe something that you clicked on that website, you'll have a little pop-up comes up and they'll say, hey, we've got a whatever percentage coupon we want to offer you if you'll sign up for our email list. Okay. That's what a squeeze page is. That's a lead generating page that is built into a website. Now, what that does is that forces you to make a decision. You are either going to close that and go on about your business, or if you want that coupon or whatever that special is, you'll give them your email address and allow them to send you emails to get that coupon or whatever that special offer is. For example, the page that is tagged or pinned to the comments on Stephanie and Deborah's profiles on this live, that is a lead generation page. That is a lead generating landing page. So when you click that link, it takes you to a lead page. The sign up is give me your name and your email, and we will give you what you need to participate in this challenge. Okay. That's called a lead magnet. In other words, the magnet is the attraction that pulls you to want to be a part of whatever that email list information is. So we are offering this challenge as a trade for your email list. If you're not on our email list yet, then we'll give you everything you need to take part in this challenge, and it will supply you with a painting to be able to do as well. Just in trade, we are offering a bartering system trade to be able to have the privilege of sending messages to your email inbox. Y'all, in a nutshell, that's what a lead gen page is. That's what a landing page is, and how the two work together in marketing.
That was really good. I needed that refresher. It's
Good.
terminology like that people don't know, and they don't know where to start. Now, how simple is to know that and to know how to do it? So get in there and start making your pages. I've taught this right online. So we have a link. If you're having trouble seeing it, right, they should be able to, we could post that link to them to go into the class, Philip.
Say that again, Deborah. I was reading through the messages. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I painted this, right? I think I sent it, the
Yes.
class.
Yes.
Maybe we could send a link if you're having trouble seeing it and knowing what to do,
Yeah.
You'll be able to use that. But now, do I got a second for this?
Go ahead.
So I went in and see where I started all those leaves. Well, it's these last light leaves that are piled on the top is what you see. It's what makes it look like a bushy thing instead of all of them going one direction. And let me do it real quick right here. So I'll put a bunch of leaves here. I'll do as a dark, all different kinds of directions. And let me get a different color here. I'll get the lighter going. And now my top leaves, I'll clean my brush off and mix my yellow and light green, that green oxide yellow, a little white, just a little lighter. And that's the leaf that'll go on the very top that you'll see, that your eye will make it look like that's. And all those underneath, they'll see the little tips and stuff of them. But it's those top leaves that make it look like it's going a direction. I hope that makes sense. But we do have that class. Like I said, if you want to get up close and personal on it, we can share that link. Did I lose you?
Well, Philip's checking to answer. I think
Oh,
he's
okay.
answering. Somebody made a comment they didn't get an email or something, and he's trying to make sure that they know to check.
And when you get near a fruit like this, if you don't want any leaves on top, like I put a leaf on top of this one, if you don't want a leaf on top, take maybe the darkest. It doesn't really matter the color. And you just do a swipe like this right beside it. And then pull those leaves off this direction. Just add some of that green. And then when I go back into the light, I can put a lighter one right on top. And maybe a little corner that's hugging it.
Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
Our one that the bottom of it is pointed at us that you had to go back over.
Which one?
The one that the bottom is kind of pointed at us. And
Oh,
yours is
yeah,
funny
okay.
color because you went over the leaf.
Oh, yeah. That center, there's a little burnt umber with a little green mixed for the center of that. Let me get this double. I get some more paint on it. I forgot about that. So it's pretty much the same thing. You pick the side you want the light on, and then the other side you'll do the sienna, and that could be underneath like this. So say you're visualizing it from the top, and just get that burnt sienna right on the top there, and then that little center after you get the highlight on, which is rounded more than it is like we went this way with the fruit. You're doing the round stroke more round like this.
Okay.
And then just add that little dimple right on the end. And my husband's from California, and they had lemon trees in their yard. Can you believe that? Could you imagine going out and picking a lemon leaf? Or a lemon.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, awesome. And avocados. One of my good friends you had to go through an avocado grove to get to her house. It's amazing. But I don't know exactly why that tip is brown, but I've seen it in pictures. Or it's a green brown, why that's there. But I put it in. I thought it added interest.
It does.
Okay.
I couldn't figure out what it was at first, and then I was like, oh, wait, that's what that is. That's the bottom of one. We're looking at the bottom.
That's your bottom one.
Yeah.
Or the top.
Is it the top? No, I don't know. Because a leaf would be on it. Be attached.
I can't remember if a lemon has something on the bottom.
I don't know.
All right.
I think me and you need it.
I might have.
But you know what? You can freeze lemons. I just found out. I've been doing it now for a month or so, and I take a whole bag of lemons and freeze them, and then I take a lemon out a day, and you get more juice out of it because they'll go bad really quick. And so I put the whole bag, just big lemons, in the freezer, and I make sure I have a lemon every day, and it works. It works great. I think you get more juice out of them that way.
Cool.
You make lemon water.
Yeah,
To
I'm just
drink.
making lemon water.
Well, that sounds familiar.
It's a little lemon water.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, because they do go bad, and they get expensive.
Yeah, and they smell really bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Them things make a mess.
Yeah, when they get so that way, because for some reason I use them all this way. Otherwise, I'm going to get some that I don't.
Patty said she didn't know that either. See, we're just sharing all kinds of good
We're
information.
just learning all kinds of stuff.
We started using skinny syrups back when we were trying to get off all the sugars.
Oh yeah.
And Zoe made me a big glass of lemon water not too long ago, and I went and put some of the peach skinny syrup in it. And I told Steph, I said, that tastes just like a snow cone, man. That was pretty good stuff.
Oh, really?
It did.
This one.
Patty and I have talked, and what is she doing the same thing as me? She's kind of a foodie like I am, and organic and stuff. And she has a real interesting place called the Granary, and she's teaching classes in that, and she's doing a subscription, so she's in our group now.
Yes.
To help further her endeavors there.
Paint booger. Trying to get it out.
Paint booger.
Yeah, I get those paint books.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we sure do.
Hey, no.
I've grossed out because they get really long. It's
Oh
freaking
my
amazing.
gosh.
So yeah, and within the group, you'll just learn the different places you can go. And I'm right now getting ready to drop off 25 kits to a library, and just the different venues you can go to get places.
I do boxes, but not a subscription, just random each quarter. Okay. So what's in your subscription or in your boxes?
For the library?
No, she's talking about Patty.
No, Patty said I do boxes, but not in a subscription, just random each quarter.
Okay.
And I was just curious. No, I knew it must be in her art kits that she's dropping off at the library. Some good paintings.
Yeah, they're going to do painting with me. The library's actually buying them and giving them to their people. Because I don't think the libraries are open right now. They're doing a lot of drop-offs and different things.
Oh, wow.
I know.
I was so glad when ours opened back up.
Michigan's slow to open. Well, we are, though. I mean, we are. Everybody's being pretty cautious.
So she does seasonally themed, she says.
We were doing pretty good there for a while, and then all at once we ramped up, so they got.
Oh yeah, I tell you, my business was booming right before. I mean, it's always been good, but it was really good. And I'm like, right before the pandemic, I stocked up on everything. But through it all, I went through almost all my canvases that I stocked up on, but it's been a year, so. But paint parties are going to be coming back big. I actually just booked a couples painting, and she's filled the class for me. So it's starting to have private. I do some private ones, but they're starting to book up.
Good deal.
I know. And that's what I say, if you want to get into the paint party business, now is the time to do it. Because if things aren't quite open up, but so you can learn and get geared up and learn how to get those lead generation pages out there, and learn those platforms that you can advertise with. And what was the word you used? I've got a break. Oh, that looks good stuff. Yeah, see, you're taking your time, and you know how you stack those leaves of 3 like that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. That's another good thing to think about whenever you're doing leaves. They trail down. Do 2, and then 1 down the middle. 2 down, 1 down the middle, and just kind of head out that way. So as I'm doing this too, if my leaves go too much over the lemons, I'll just go and repaint the lemon real quick.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do the leaves first, so you'll lose the lemon.
Yeah.
But when you're in class, you could just do all the leaves and then have them paint the lemon white and let it dry, and then just start like you have a white canvas.
Lemon tree.
My mom's gonna sing the Lemon Tree song.
Oh, God, I am not.
She's been singing. She's stuck in her head.
I'm singing it to myself.
Oh, well, oh, you don't want to sing it to everybody
No.
because she only knows one verse.
Well, everybody heard.
No, triple words.
We're okay with learning it.
I was getting excited. I'd never heard a lemon song before.
Oh, you've heard that song.
Well, you remember the commercial with the Lemon Pledge commercial? Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet. But the fruit of the
poor
lemon is impossible to eat. Okay, we just dated both ourselves.
Okay.
That is the only verse we know. Do you know another one? Let's not know. We don't.
No.
Okay, so, and you know, this has been a holiday weekend. A lot of people are real busy. So you're just passing through and go, what's happening there? This is our lemon tree challenge, and if you paint this lemon tree with us, there's prizes to the best. What would that be, Stephanie? I forgot.
The best media, the best, like the most creative background. What are you putting it on? What kind of wood are you painting it on? Are you, like one time in one of the challenges I participated in, the most creative media was the back of a jacket. So the person who won had painted it on a jacket. And then, so you've got all kinds of options of things that you can paint on. What are you going to paint on this on that makes it yours, or kind of helps like you make it yours? Make a piece of jewelry, a rock.
And just so you know, my head is not up for options.
Oh, come on,
there's
Chuck.
a pretty big canvas there.
Come on, Chuck.
So,
Come on, Charlie
got a lot
Brown.
of the leaves on, but see right here where they're all kind of jumbled in, you know, there's no clarity. So I'm just going to pop a couple of dark ones in here. So you can just go from dark to light and see how that gave that area a little bit more clarity. And
Yeah.
it looks leafy. And that's the trick to leaves. And you can leave some of these white background, you know, places that you
White
can see through
spaces.
the tree. Yeah.
The way those leaves are different directions like that, it strikes my mind, makes me think the wind's blowing through them.
Yeah, it adds that movement. Sure. And Mom's painting. Oh, look, the light's better today. You can see it.
There we go.
Oh
Yeah. So she's gonna put. I know she's got a ton of flowers that she's got lined out for this too.
Oh, cool.
Simple paint.
So yeah, you could put a bird in there.
Yeah.
Partridge in a lemon tree.
There we go. Bring in your holiday songs and the 12 days of summer. So,
Yeah.
I wish it was only 12 days.
Speaking of that, we were talking about the oh, he's in the heat. We were talking about Christmas in July. I mean, yeah, I always do a Christmas in July. And that we're going to be thinking about those things for you guys, trying to stay ahead of the curve. we've already got a lot of Christmas stuff in there. So I mean, I say at any time that you have time, paint a Christmas painting, because that is a money making time of the year. Everybody wants to paint at the holidays and give a gift out, you know.
Yes, and
And
they
just be
need
with
time
each
to
other
get it
and be
done.
festive. Yeah, be festive. And in your hometown, if you know whatever, like Kalkaska is the Blazers, which is a dragon. So you can paint a dragon. I mean, you can get personal with things. Stephanie, I love how you just did the branches. So you could do just like you're doing, like with less leaves than what I've got going. Nice.
Cool.
But yeah, if you don't know, so that's what I'm saying. If you don't know how to paint, you can come in and learn. Just learn how to paint, but use these, or come in and use them in your brick and mortar. Not only can you do, learn and use the my techniques and my paintings and what I bring to the table, but what Home Base Essentials is going to bring to the table to help you manage your Facebooks and your Instagrams, and how to what word am I looking for?
How to market.
How to market. That's it. I knew it began with the M. Like, okay, it's been a long day.
How to murder yourself.
I think I might have had too much dust. I got cobwebs in there today, but so yeah, I'm kind of filling up. I'm getting to where I'm feeling pretty good about this being done.
I feel like I'm using too big a brush, so I think I'm going to switch to a smaller one if I can find it.
Well, I understand that too. I'm going to switch to this. I understand that too, because I could paint a whole painting with one flat brush, a 1 inch. I don't never switch because I just get into a flow. But once you conquer that big flat brush doing anything, you can pretty much paint anything.
Yeah.
And so you can add little light branches in. And so here's the original, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to go back into the original and add more color. So just to show you how it can layer up. So I'm going to go in with a light yellow again, and add that's not light enough. So sometimes if you go over the same fruit over and over, you get the desired look that you want. So don't ever feel like you're done and you're like, I'm just not satisfied. Don't be like that. Just keep working on it. Walk away from it for sure. I have to do that all the time. It's like, if this doesn't get sold or out of my studio, I'm burning it. But then I just give a little bit more work to it. I'm going to add just a little bit more here. And depending on your group, you could even splatter this with burnt umber and antique it. You can antique the corners and antique it down. But just not painting. Just remember that this group is not just about painting. It's about marketing your business, and it's about any art and craft or anything that you do, that you it's your passion. And I mean, there's people on the internet teaching all kinds of stuff and sharing all kinds of stuff and selling all kinds of stuff. I can't believe some of the memberships and stuff that's out there, because you have the whole world at your disposal. Yep. I mean, billions of people.
Loads of choices.
Yeah. We'll teach you how to market that way too.
Yeah, that's what we want to. That's what we want to do because there are so many different um, art types out there. When people ask, "Well, you say you're going to be doing art. What do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, whatever it is. Woodcrafting is an art, and working with pottery, that's an art. Whatever your art is, and something that you would want to teach somebody else how to do, that's what we want to teach you how to market." And the funny thing is, the marketing is the same. The marketing is the same. It doesn't change. So, whatever the art is that you're wanting to present for others to take part in, the marketing is exactly the same. And that's what we want to teach you how to do.
Say you're working at a fruit market, you're going to do your craft or whatever you have, and you're at a fruit, what I want to say, one marketplace, a craft show. How to drive those people to come and see your work. That's in the same genre, isn't it, Phil? It's the
That's
same
it.
kind of marketing.
That's exactly right. How do you get people's attention? What kind of things do you need to do to get that attention and draw people toward what you've got going on? And, learning how to use and develop those magnets, which we're going to work on extensively in Art Country, is trying to teach people how to develop those magnets and the different kinds of lead magnets that you can come up with, and different things that would attract people to what you've got going on, so that you can say, "Hey, look, come be a part of what I've got," and you can have access to all of it.
I keep thinking of my friend in West Virginia that makes the best apple butters and jams
Bless
and
you.
stuff. And I mean, I need to get in touch with her to let her. But of course, she's a really really busy woman. But yeah. And Steph was going to tell you too, and everybody, go in and make some small leaves too. They don't all have to be big, so they can be like they're opening up. And because you put a small leaf on the top of a bunch of big ones, that's okay, because then it just gives it a 3D, and it just looks like that's one that's about to open.
Cool.
Let's see what you got going on here.
Yeah, that looks really good. And tomorrow, are we doing the lighthouse tomorrow?
We can. Yes.
Okay.
We're doing the lighthouse on our and Tammy's group in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning, Deborah and I will be in. Patty says my main business is custom picture framing, but it has a mind of its own and is super busy. But I think someday it may become something to teach, maybe. But for now, I'm more into painting and crafts. Well, that sounds like it could go, and it could grow, and definitely be something to teach.
Absolutely.
Or just to drive business there so that they frame,
Tomorrow morning, Deb and I are going to be in the Paint and Soul Creative Journey again. I don't know who joined us there this morning. We had loads of fun, or at least I did. I have an awesome painting.
Put half of it white and half of it blue.
I know it needs more leaves. I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to put more leaves.
Okay, here. Which blue? Right here.
But we did a pretty floral this morning in that group. So you guys be sure to join us tomorrow for a lighthouse. Yeah.
And think outside the box with it. If you're watching and you're just thinking it's fun to watch, and but someone that has crafting abilities, or there's always an artist in every family. There's a few, right? And
Yes.
let them know. Let your neighbors know. Let everybody know that this is a way. if you ever look at, you have people, well, before I started, my mother-in-law was like, you need to open a store. You need to get into doing this. And I was just kind of playing around a little bit at that time. And that's before I really got serious into it. But it was her encouragement and to get my own store. But that's it. If you have a group of 5 girls and you want to collaborate and open up something with your crafts, or you have a family member that you want to share this with, that you know that they could sell their stuff online or teach their stuff online, let them know. We'd be happy to teach them.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it small. That's what we're just for in the beginning. We're trying to keep it small so everybody gets the right attention. This is our first time. We're gonna shut the doors on Sunday morning, midnight Saturday. It shuts down, so you got to get in.
10 o'clock Central Time Saturday.
Because we're not sure when we're going to open them.
Yeah,
we may not open them again for a long time. So if you try to get in after, it will be you won't get the discounted price.
I figure it'll be at least 3 months, maybe even closer to 6, just depending. Because we want to give ourselves time to figure out what everybody really needs. What do you truly, as a business owner, need and expect from us in this avenue?
Yeah, we're gonna learn, because you think you get all these different artists and they do all different kinds of things. So we'll be all learning from each other and growing with each other and cheering each other on, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And using Philip's and Stephanie's knowledge that they've been doing for a long time. I mean, you guys been how many years you've been working with websites and stuff? Probably since the beginning, right?
Well, websites and stuff we've been working with for several years. I've built websites on several different platforms, and they, some of them are easy to work with, some of them aren't. But
I remember before they had the drag and drop ones.
Yeah, we've been working with websites for, quite a while, and learning a lot of this digital marketing. Some of that is really new to us, and I'll tell you, I've thoroughly enjoyed learning a lot of it. It's pretty deep. There's a lot of layers to it, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a joy for me to learn it. I'm just excited to share with somebody else what we spent so much time learning. And of course, we've been in marketing, different areas of marketing with different businesses for almost 30 years now. So it's, there's a lot of background comes with it.
Yes. And I want to help build your confidence as an artist to step out there in that ring and put, throw your hat in the ring and dare. Have you ever heard? I've loved Brene Brown, which is like dare greatly, and just to help you feel like that if you're coming in for painting, that you're that confident painter, that you're able to answer those questions, and you'll be able to use me as a resource, and I keep wanting to call you Rebecca, Stephanie as a resource, and if you have a customer that says, I'd love to have this painting, can we do this painting in class, and you don't know how to start or begin or what colors or how to do it or how to draw it, I'll create it for you, and I'll create it for your group. And that's what I tell people that want to come in and paint with me. What does your group want to paint? What are you guys all into? And they'll send me pictures, and I'll create it for the group, and so I can do it for your groups too.
Cool.
It kind of makes it a little easier.
Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way loads easier on some of us because we're like, I can paint it if you show me how, but I'm not real sure about how. I think I'm done.
I have been there. I know.
I think I'm done. What do you think, Deborah?
I think you should, that one patch that you got, I love the sparse leaves that you have. I don't know if you were thinking to add many more. The long line that you have up there, once you break that up with some, either the long line of leaves, the thick
Oh,
branches.
this one?
Yep. I think you could put a small lemon peeking out somewhere, and you could break it up that way, or
Yeah.
you could add, once you get all the leaves added, I know you're still working on your leaves, but you could leave it sparse like you are. Add just a few that it looks really clean and fresh. But you could add a little lemon right in there. That looks good.
Putting a little white down first.
Yeah, because you had the green. Good call.
Yep.
All right, guys. For those who may not know what we've got going on, we Stephanie and Deborah are working on this lemon branch to kick off the lemon lane challenge. And if you'll look in the comments on Steph's page and on Deborah's page, pinned to the top is a sign up registration page for this challenge that we've got going on. There's going to be 4 prizes given. I think that's pretty cool. 4 prizes given for the most creative idea, the most creative painting with this idea in mind, and then the most creative background or media that you're going to put it on. So Saturday evening, we're going to look at the paintings that get sent in. And here's the thing. If you will send those as put them in as comments on these videos, on these 2 live videos, put them in as a comment on here, and we can get to them very easy so we can see what kind of wonderful artwork you guys are able to create. But in order to be in that challenge, you've got to be on our subscriber list so that we know who's in the challenge and who's not. And then Saturday evening, Deborah and Stephanie will decide who are the winners on those from that challenge. And we're really looking forward to being able to put that, something cool in your hands. How's that? Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. Really quickly, guys, I want to show you, for those who may not know and are still but do want to take a look at what Art Country has to offer. Here is our website. When you get to artcountry.com, artcountrycentral.com, if you will come over to the menu and then come down to the Art Country Central Community Login, that's where you will find access to the passport office. We are just kind of running along with the road and travel theme throughout Art Country, so that everything is kind of labeled after that idea. We're calling our memberships passports because of that. If you don't have a passport yet, again, we set 50 of them to be available throughout this week. And if 50, and our memberships are going to be $35 a month. But here's the thing. The first 25 of those are going to go for $30 a month. And let me tell you something, they're filling up quick. So if you want one of those, you better get it. Just simply click on the passport office. Let me log out so that it'll show you what it actually looks like when you get there. When you click on the passport office, here is the challenge. There's that lemon tree challenge. Everything you need for the lemon tree will be right there. And then you can come over here to Art Country City Limits. And then when you click on the city limits, that's when you will see what the passports are available. We got 3 options available. One is $30 a month for the first 25 people. And we also decided to offer 15 lifetime memberships at a lifetime cost, one with finance payments and one at just a lifetime. So take a look at those, see which one you want to get, because they're going fast. And if they're not filled up by Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Time, they're going to be closed anyway. So you might want to go ahead and get in and get what you need, because we want you to be a part of what we've got going on. We are really excited about it. We have had a blast this week during our launch, getting together and sharing what we're doing with you. Your feedback on what we've got going on has been tremendous, and we cannot thank you enough for the comments that you left, for the love that you shared with us, for the interest and excitement that you guys have about what's going on here. Because here's the thing. This is the foundation of Art Country Central. Your fingerprints are literally going to be on the blueprints. So your involvement is crucial at making sure that what we are putting together is something that's going to be a benefit for everybody involved. When you guys go out to take your artwork and share it with the world around you, here's the thing. We want to be able to put the tools in your hand to help build and boost your confidence to the point where you know the same thing that we know. You may be saying, well, what in the world do you know? What we know is that you can do it. We know that you've got it in you. We know that you have the ability. You just need sometimes a little boost to get out the door and go out there and do it. We're just wanting to provide you with that boost.
That's right. Look forward to it.
All right.
There's
guys.
nothing better than teaching people how to do something that they can go on and make money in. And I have done that several times over my lifetime. Been teaching for a long time, and I've watched people go out and start their own businesses. And some of them doing a hell of a lot better than I am. So it's like you just do. I can't tell you how gratifying it is to teach in the paint parting business. You know, when they come in, and you're in the throes of teaching, and to watch those faces when they leave, it's so amazing, isn't it, Mom? We love it. They're just, and they can't show their work enough. You know, they to each other and taking pictures, and then what are they going to teach? What are we going to do next? And yeah, it's a great feeling. Sometimes it's like, oh, another class, because I'll be so tired. I'll be teaching a lot of them, but every time I get there, it's like, oh, I love it walking in the door, and
all of a sudden the tired goes away, doesn't it?
Yeah.
yes, it does. It goes
Yeah.
away, and it's like, why? I just need to put a cot here and stay here the whole time.
Well, guys, I think that's what we got for you today. You've seen the lemon challenge that we've got going on. We really hope you'll take part in this and try to boost some of the excitement of what we've got going on. We thank you dearly for taking the time out of your day to spend a few minutes with us. It's been about an hour and a half, so I guess technically that's more than a few minutes. But anyway, we greatly appreciate y'all spending some time with us. We're going to check out of here. Look forward to seeing y'all, Lord willing, tomorrow evening at the same time, 4:00 Central Standard Time. But for those of you who have the time in the morning, Stephanie and Deborah will be presenting on the, all right, Steph, Painted Soul Creative Journey
Group. Yes.
There you go. Look up the Painted Soul Creative Journey Group and see what they've got going on in there. There is a lot of presentation going on in there, all kinds of things to spark your interest and give you ideas and give you some things to think about to add to your creativeness. So without anything else, guys, we want to tell y'all we hope you have a wonderful and a blessed evening, and y'all rest well, and we'll see y'all tomorrow night.